All right, here you are. You're working on a research project, and one of the most important things you can do before you start searching for information is to spend a little time taking your topic or research question and coming up with the best possible search terms. It can be really tempting to just jump straight into the search process, whether you're searching Google or whether you're searching the VCU Library's website. But in many instances, the words you thought of to search for your topic or research question are not the only words other people have used to describe the same phenomenon in their research. So in short, it is very important to spend time thinking about what words you might use to search for things. It may seem a bit meta, since ironically, we're actually searching for what to search for. So let's say, for example, you've got a research question about whether or not swearing, like cursing, can reduce pain. The first thing you want to do is to identify the most important words in that research question and eliminate everything else. So in this case, swearing and pain are the most important words here. Once you've done that, spend some time thinking about some additional search terms. For example, how might someone else describe the same concepts, swearing and pain? You can start by thinking of synonyms or related terms for each of these most important words. If we look at swearing, you can just, think on it a bit and things may come to mind. The things that come to my mind when I thought of swearing are profanity, expletives, cursing, things of that nature. Other times you might have to do a little detective work to come up with some better words. For example, let's shift our focus over to the term pain. You might need to think harder about that because, at least to me, no synonyms or related terms immediately come to my mind. And you shouldn't be afraid to Google it, especially in that early research process where you're just trying to get your bearings a little bit and learn about words that might work well for your searching process. So if we go into Google, and if I just did a simple search for swearing and pain, one of the first things that come up for me is actually this Wikipedia article. Now, I'm sure you've already heard plenty about Wikipedia, so let me go ahead and give the disclaimer that generally speaking, it would be extremely rare for me to ever cite Wikipedia in a research paper. However, it serves a useful purpose in finding related words for your research and just getting some background language for your topic. There are other great ways to use Wikipedia, but for now we'll just talk about how useful it is for finding different search terms here. When I Googled, the first thing that came up with the Wikipedia article was titled Hypoalgesic Effect of Swearing. Now, I had not previously heard of this word, hypoalgesic, but after reading a little of the article, what it turns out to be is hypoalgesia. It is the reduction of response to painful stimuli. So in other words, you don't feel pain as much. It turns out hypoalgesic or hypoalgesia would be a great search term for me. So I want you to spend some time thinking about additional search terms that might work for you and your topic. It's just a bit of a game, to be honest, to start throwing some search terms either in the library's databases or our main search tool on the library website or in the Google Scholar, wherever you might be searching, and kind of see what comes back. For example, I might try what I originally started with, swearing and pain, and we can see what results come up. So let's go ahead and do that now. Or on the library website, we can try and search swearing hypoalgesia or expletives hypoalgesia. We can try swearing hypoalgesic. We can do profanity pain. You see, it's kind of a mix and match. And we just see what comes back. Sometimes it's the same results, sometimes they're different. I know it seems like the possibilities could go on, but generally the process can go fairly quickly when you iron out what those best possible search terms are. Now, this is a good time to mention that sometimes it does take a while to actually go through the entire research process. You might settle on the words early on, but you're going to have to do your reading as you go to do that. And I would encourage you as you're researching to remember that while you're reading about your topic and finding good information, you might discover more words that you could reincorporate into your search strategy. Note them down for later, keep them on hand because you'll want to remember these terms. It's also possible that you'll have a topic that maybe either someone hasn't researched very much of, they haven't researched your exact research question, or you just find that it would be useful to break up your search into two separate categories. For example, I might decide to do some searching just on hypoalgesia alone, because I like to have a deeper background knowledge on the topic. Or maybe I'll do some searching just on swearing to learn a little bit about its history or its cultural context. You might find yourself in that position, and it could be a great opportunity for you to search for these different components of your question. And then you have the opportunity to weave all of that together. So here's the moral of the story. Language is hugely important when you are searching for information. Part of the research process is for searching for how to search. And if you're having any trouble with that process, a librarian is always happy to help.